Hello, I have this obsession about starting a live on the wrong account. So I thought I was on the wrong account and then I had to log off and check. How are you? Hello everybody. Happy Monday. So today we are back to a full week. No more holidays, no more public what. Yeah, we're back to normal scheduling now. And today I am reading from New Daughters of Africa, like I normally do on a Monday. I hope that this essay will be as long as I think it will be, until like 30 minutes from now, because it looks short. It looks really short. I'm not sure. Yeah, but every Monday I've been reading from New Daughters of Africa, which is an anthology, a beautiful anthology of lots of amazing things. Hello, hi. Okay, so normally I read from the back of the book, so that you can get an idea of what the book is about, and then I start reading the author's bio, and then I'll actually start with the essay or the story or the this is edited by Margaret Busby, Queen Margaret Busby. This book is available online, everywhere. I got mine at the book launch, but it is okay, hold on, I just saw that something is wrong with my thank you. Apparently I've got Duke on fleek. I need new dukes actually. Thank you Cabello. Okay, before I actually start this, I've put up a new interview on the website, so please check it out. Not now, after the link is on the bio. It's on the website bookamoso.co.za. I spoke with co-owner of Book Circle Capital, Suela, so please check that out. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna read the back and then I'll start with the author's bio, and then we'll start with the story. Hopefully it'll give us about 30 minutes. What are you reading? Hi friend, Bongani says I'm looking good. Thanks my friend. Okay, so what are you guys reading? It was a very slow weekend for me for reading, and it's okay, no pressure, because I am still like 3 books ahead from my normal schedule, so I'm good. Get up, like I don't even feel bad. So I've been reading Queenie. I just started, so yeah, I'm getting into it. I've completed 10 books already, and I normally read 12 books a year. I don't put myself under too much pressure, so 1 book a month, that's what I've committed to, and I've read 10 books out of the 12 that I would normally say I'm gonna read. So thankfully I'm part of a reading group, and we are like holding each other's hands. So yeah, like I guess that's why I'm actually able to say I've read 10 books this year, and I normally read 12 books, and I'm on my 10th book, so I'm already like 3 books ahead of my schedule. So yes, thank you Miss Mina. Okay guys, Um, for those who haven't come into the live, normally I will read the back of the book and then I'll read the author's bio, and then I go back and I read the actual essay. But I've been reading these. I've been reading from this book every Monday. So every Monday, it's a Black Girl Magic Monday. Sorry, guys. There's a problem with my signal, so I'm now back onto my my Wi-Fi is giving me issues clearly. But anyway, let's continue. New Daughters of Africa continues that mission for a new generation, bringing together a selection of overlooked artists of the past with fresh and vibrant voices that have emerged from across the globe in the last 2 decades, from Antigua to Zimbabwe and Angola to the USA. Key figures join popular contemporaries in paying tribute to the heritage that unites them. Each of the pieces in this remarkable collection demonstrates an uplifting sense of sisterhood, honors the strong links that endure from generation to generation, and addresses the common obstacles women writers of color face as they negotiate issues of race, gender, and class, and confront vital matters of independence, freedom, and oppression. I'm back now. Please say I if I can continue. There is New Daughters of Africa spans a wealth of genres. There's autobiography, there's memoirs, oral history, letters, diary entries, short stories, novels, poetry. So some of the entries in here were actually works of what an author would be working on at the time it went to print. So yeah, today I'm reading from, there, I do have it's a very big book, guys. Sure, I put a bookmarker. So Zadie Smith, I'm back now. Yay. So Zadie Smith was born in London to an English father and Jamaican mother, Yvonne Bailey Smith. She published her first novel, White Teeth, at age 24 in 2000. The book went on to win a number of awards and prizes, including the Guardian First Book Award, with Whitbread First Novel Award, and the Commonwealth Writers Prize, overall winner and best first book. Hey, it has been, I've never actually read anything by Zadie Smith, but I've actually bought a book for a friend by Zadie Smith. So I should. I think it's I think it's White Teeth. No, there's NW, I think, and then there's White Teeth. Yeah. It has been translated into more than 20 languages. Sure, was adapted for Channel 4 television in 2002, and in 2018 became a stage play premiering at Kiln Theatre. She is also the author of The Autograph Man, 2002, and On Beauty, 2005, Changing My Mind in 2009, The Embassy of Cambodia in 2013, and NW 2012, Swing Time in 2016, and a 2018 collection of essays titled Feel Free. She has been a tenured professor in the creative writing faculty of New York University since 2010. She made the following speech when receiving the Langston Hughes Medal in November 2017. Okay, so I think the book that I got from my friend is Swing Time, and she has read her first book, White Teeth. Okay, so hey Sarah, hi everybody. Finally ordered my own copy of New Daughters of Africa. Yay! Yay, Unami, that's great. Before I declare the book by can we that book buying ban, ne? Book buying bans don't seem to work anymore on this end. Guys, like, we shouldn't lie to ourselves. But I was actually on my way before I started this live. I ended up coming back home. I was on my way to Bargain Books to go collect my last book. Like, literally, that is the last book I'm buying from Bargain Books to this year. Like, I'm done with Bargain Books. I'm done. They must just give me books now for free. Yeah. We're going to co-read one of her books before the year is over. Are you gonna buy me that book? Or are you talking to Samule? Okay. So we all need help, guys. We need help. But I'm done with Bargain Books. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get my book. I'm gonna get my book. What did I get? Oh, I got Nicole Dennis Benz. I'm getting that book, and then after that, done. Okay, so this is the speech that she gave when she was receiving the Langston Hughes Medal in 2017. Sorry about that. Let me just shut down my volume. So yeah, I'm giving myself a ban for the next Okay. I'm so moved to be here this evening that I knew I couldn't trust myself to speak off the cuff, so I've written it down. If you'll indulge me, I want to tell you 2 anecdotes that I hope will explain what this prize means to me. I came to the States about 10 years ago. It was before my daughter was in school, so I used to come for 6 months to New York to teach and then back to London again. This one time, I got off a plane at Heathrow very early in the morning, headed to Willesden, and reaching our house, found it dusty, cold, and silent, as houses are liable to be if you leave them long enough. I put on the heating and the lights and the radio and started tidying up. On the radio, I could hear 4 older white gentlemen having a conversation. They sounded pretty learned, like they were experts in something or another. And they were having a learned conversation about who gets to be British, who, in the final analysis, is really British. They spent a long time discussing this question. I'd filled the dishwasher, done a wash of towels and bed linen, and gone through all the unopened mail before they were done. But as I passed a cloth over my kitchen table, they finally reached their learned conclusion. Turned out you were only truly British if all 4 of your great-grandparents were born in Britain. That was the expert opinion view, and I sat down exhausted and just started to laugh. It was sort of a crazy laugh, a mixture of laughter and tears, and if you'd heard it, you probably would have thought it sounded unhinged. I sat there in my old neighborhood, in my new-ish house, and thought of all those years I'd spent as a child in England, trying to prove that I was both black and British, that I knew their plays and poems and history, that I could get into the finest institutions of education they had to offer, that I could perhaps even add a few words to the history of their literature, that I, too, was England. But something turned in me that morning, and I realized I just didn't care anymore. The whole thing seemed totally absurd. The British could argue amongst themselves about who was or wasn't British, but it just didn't matter to me any longer whether or not they included me in their narrow, claustrophobic self definitions. And for the first time in a long time, I felt free. 6 months later, I flew back to New York, and one of the first things I did was visit that old Barnes and Noble on 6th Avenue that's been closed now for about 5 years, as no one can afford to pay the rent on that place, not even Barnes and Noble. Anyway, I was browsing in there, in the African American corner of the store, when I spotted a book of mine on beauty, sitting snug in that corner after Miss Morrison, but before Miss Walker. And I started to laugh, cry again. I thought, well, look at this. In England, they're still trying to decide if a person like me is really English at all. Meanwhile, over here in New York, I've been adopted. I'm in the wrong part of the bookstore, sitting alongside writers who have meant so much to me. And even though everybody probably knows it's not quite right, I'm still here on this shelf, a kissing cousin, an interloper, an admirer from across the sea, and nobody's demanding to see my passport, and no one cares where my goddamn great-grandfather came from. Because in that corner of the bookstore, American wasn't the operative word. African was. That's also why when I came to America, for the first time I heard people call me sister in the street, sister in the supermarket, sister in the airport or the bar. I had entered a broader consciousness in which national borders had little meaning. I was part of a historical and geographic diaspora that has penetrated every corner of this globe, in which no single passport can contain or express. Receiving this prize makes me want to laugh, cry, with pride and amazement. I don't know what I'm doing on a list of names that includes James Baldwin and Toni Morrison, Derek Walcott and Octavia Butler, but I am so grateful to find myself in their company. Growing up in England in the 80s, these were some of the writers my mother gave me to remind me that no country has the power to decide whether or not it will tolerate a black child or decide on her true identity. For the black child's inheritance is borderless and enormous and needs no such external authentication. Nor is it a monolith. At the root of blackness lies Africa, but from that rich soil spreads innumerable branches, each with its own character, own style, own struggles and victories. A diaspora is always by definition e pluribus unum, and that which spread from Africa is uniquely flexible, able to fit into its oneness, a dazzling plurality, while at the same time recognizing a sibling relation across time and space. My sister, my brother. Despite all contrasts of history and nation, Langston Hughes is also my brother. He was a mixed up sort of person, of the kind I can relate to. He had black ancestry and white ancestry, Native American ancestry and Jewish ancestry. He had men in his life and women. He was a communist and a capitalist. He was a poet and a playwright and a novelist, a a believer in the uptown working man, and a lover of downtown intellectuals. He was always conflicted. He could write of the eternal tom-tom beating in the Negro soul, and he could also write, I was a victim of a stereotype. There were only 2 of us Negro kids in the whole class, and our English teacher was always stressing the importance of rhythm in poetry. Well, everyone knows, except us, that all Negroes have rhythm, so they elected me class poet. He expressed these beautiful conflicts in everything he wrote. Are we truly a people of rhythm, or is all that a myth? Are we a people? Are middle-class Negroes still Negroes? What does it even mean to be a Negro? These are the kinds of questions he asked himself, and he was beautifully inconsistent in his answers, being a poet and not a politician. But the thing I really love about Langston is his insistence from the very start that Black lives not only matter but are beautiful, ugly, sad, happy, angry, joyful, and finally undefinable, because so complex and so various, just as white lives are understood to be. That's knowledge we need right now. Whew. In our benighted present, it feels natural and necessary to reach back into the past for guidance. Jimmy Baldwin reminds us how to fight the threat we're facing. Langston reminds us what we're fighting for. The freedom to be ourselves in all our wonderful variety. Langston put his arms around the whole diaspora, no matter how distant or mongrel, no matter how unlike we all may be in history or culture. And in this way, he inspired diaspora artists of every subsequent generation and all around the world. In Langston's worldview, Black siblinghood stretched the earth. And I'm so thankful that tonight it has stretched far enough to include a Black British woman like me, a freckle-faced woman like me, a mixed marriage woman like me, a green card holder like me, an immigrant like me, a second generation Jamaican like me, a distant but not forgotten daughter of Africa like me. Thank you. Miss Weiner, this stood out for Miss Weiner over here. That was beautiful. Zadie Smith. Guys, wait. If I'm not mistaken, because this whole anthology is sectioned in the year that every writer was born. So there's pre-1900, 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 50s, right up until right up until 1990s. I feel like Zadie Smith's mom is also in here, if I'm not mistaken, because if they put her in you won't see, but when they described her on her bio, it says born in London to an English father and Jamaican mother, Yvonne Bailey Smith. She published her first novel, White Teeth, blah blah blah. But I feel like, let me see if all in the 50s, because Yvonne Bailey Smith, yeah, her mom's also in the book. Imagine, like, guys, this book is anyway. My sister, my brother, listen, my sister, Sarah is right here with us, and she's all the way London, guys. Black siblinghood stretched the earth, right? Now I understand why you loved it, Miss Weiner. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay, after remember when I read After the Cocktail Party by Sefi Atta and Santigi by Aminata Forna. Those okay, now it's my top 5. Hey, but there's so much in this book, guys. Like, there's so bloody much. And there's Zuki Swavana as well. God, this is not au revoir. It's also in here. Like, the most amazing authors. And I like it that it exposes you to different authors that you wouldn't have normally read, you know? It's beautiful. It's a timeless speech, Ms. Weiner. You're right. I mean, what year was it when she received it? And it's timeless, you know? Sorry, guys, I'm thirsty. That was awesome. Thank you so much because this morning I didn't know what to read from the book, because we're all reading it, but we're reading it slowly. That's why I'm reading every week. So I asked the reading group what to read, and Ms. Weiner was like, I'll always obsess over Zadie Smith's speech. So so yeah, thank you. Let me see. Snawa says, now I want to get this book. Listen, you have to get this book, and you don't even give it away. Like, you gift it for other people, their own copies. Like, this is a keeper. Like, my daughter has to read this, it's amazing. It's important work. And I'm actually hacked that Daughters of Africa has been is out of print for many years now, but it's just, I'm just glad to have new Daughters of Africa. I would kill to have Daughters of Africa, but no one is gonna sell their copy, right? Yeah, and it costs a lot now. But anyway, this was a beautiful speech. I can't wait for this book. Every week I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, guys, like I said before, I've published an interview with Siwela Langeni, who is the owner of Book Circle Capital. It's on the website. You must just check out the link on the bio. And this video will be loaded onto YouTube and onto IGTV now. Yeah, I've been like loading everything that I read here onto YouTube for those who miss the live and those who would rather watch on YouTube. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's reading, and I will see you guys. I hope this week is a better reading week. Oh gosh, guys, the COVID it's just fatigue everywhere, and it's just, yeah. But anyway, I hope you had a great day, and I hope you'll have a great reading week, and I'll see you tomorrow for Tuesdays is what? Oh, Tuesdays is Feminism Tuesdays. So we're gonna be reading something maybe from Feminism Is or Living Well's Feminist. Oh, and Wednesday there's a book discussion on Living Well Feminist, which is, where are the books? Oh, here. So Wednesday, CNA inspired and Quella Books are hosting a discussion on this book, Living Well Feminist, Our Bodies, Our Truths, which is it Wednesday or today is what, the 17th? It's tomorrow. Yay! So sunny. Thank you, Sals. So that discussion is tomorrow. It is on the stories. I did post it, and I tagged Quella and CNA. But yeah, tomorrow. So after I read from this, we'll be joining the, oh, it'll be nice. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get this book. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay.